And enroll today.
Man, Cydonia blows. You wouldn't last a week in the mines. What, standing around pointing a cutter at some rocks all day? It sucks, but it's easy, so whatever. Way better than my last job at Chunks, though. My story? My story is that I don't like people asking what my story is. I'm just messing! But really, I don't want to talk about myself. Smell you later.
He can make a real good living working the mines here on Mars.
You got the look of a miner about you. Maybe when the new contracts finally open up, you'll give it a go. Welcome. Nice to meet you. Name's Trevor, mining director for the Deimos mining project here in scenic underground Cydonia. I could spare a minute or two to chat, so long as you're not looking for mining work, I suppose. Argos, huh? Yeah, I've heard of them. That's great, but yeah, unfortunately all our mining contracts are filled right now.
Unless, maybe you could help me out with a job, off the books.
Great! I promise it's nothing that'll get anyone in any kind of trouble. See, you might have noticed that our equipment ain't exactly holding together like it used to. Problem is, we can't get new equipment unless we start exceeding our quotas, and we can't do that until we get new equipment. A real dilemma, right? I've got a plan for solving our little problem, though. Okay, glad you're still on board. First, I need someone from the outside to bolster our yields so we can prove that we can exceed our quota. I'll fill you in on the rest of the details after you've hauled up some ore. One standard quota should do. I need to know I can trust you with the easy stuff first. Yeah, don't you think I want to? Corporate sets the contracts and they're not giving out anymore, so we work with what we've got. Something to do with insurance, benefits, and other liabilities, so I don't make the rules. When you've got enough, drop it off in the bin over there for processing. Then come see me.
Caution. Subterranean particle detonation imminent. Be advised to secure loose articles and find stable ground or remain seated in the event of unforeseen tremors. Detonation occurs in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Particle detonation concluded. It is now safe to resume normal activity.
the most important working counts.
Have you checked your air filters lately? The city of Cydonia recommends checking your filtration units every 2 weeks for old, faulty, or improperly fitted filters. Martian dust is a leading cause of respiratory illness. Remember, keep it breezy so you don't get wheezed.
Okay, that ore you mined is really gonna bolster our numbers. Yep, that's me. Joined up with Deimos when I was just 17 as a mining gopher. Go for this, go for that, you know how it is. I worked hard, proved myself capable, and got the promotion to mining director about 6 years ago, after the old boss retired. Some of the older guys resent me, but I give everyone a lot of leeway as long as they meet their quotas. So that keeps them happy enough.
Oh, that! Oh, nothing to worry about. We do fracking on Mars with subterranean particle detonations. Those announcements are just to let people know when to expect them. Now, you probably felt the rumble when the detonations actually go off. That's all it is. Not too bad, eh? Basically, it's high-tech mining. We use immensely powerful controlled particle detonations deep underground to loosen up subterranean gases and other difficult-to-gather resources so we can harvest them. Sounds way more dangerous than it is. Probably. Actually, it's still pretty dangerous if you don't know what you're doing. Oh, come on, mate. It's perfectly safe. We're miles away, so all we get is a little jiggle now and again. Just make sure to hold the railing when going downstairs and you'll be fine.
Not so bad for one of the oldest mines in the settled systems. We struggle with the lack of decent equipment, but we work hard and make up for it. As I'm sure you know, we're responsible for supplying resources to Deimos Star Yards, which in turn is responsible for supplying UC naval vessels. That, among other major projects, makes us one of the United Colony's most important mining operations. The prestige and pay that comes with it almost makes up for being stationed at the arse end of the settled systems in the middle of nowhere. Great. Now, the next part is a little trickier. Our Director of Mining Operations, Peter Brennan, fired his last assistant over a month ago. Peter's the only one who can approve the order for new equipment, and unfortunately, he's useless without an assistant. I think I've got a surefire way for you to get that job. Then you, as his assistant, can get him to sign off on the approval. We just need you to take the job until we get the approval signed. Then you can quit, keep it, or do whatever. It's not as bad as it sounds. Worst case scenario, you may have to go fetch some stuff for him and go over his messages. It'll be easy, I promise. You don't think I've tried? Like I said, the guy is literally useless without his assistant. I don't even know if he knows how to actually use a computer. And everything Deimos does is so mired in bureaucracy because of their contracts with the UC, which means, unfortunately, we need to do all the things by the book if we want them done at all. Now hold on, it's not that easy. You'll need to apply for it like anyone else. Head to the Deimos Star Yards office up in orbit to fill out the application. It's where that job is posted. Come back and see me when you've done that, and we'll talk about how to secure the position for you.
It is illegal to transport plant or animal life to Mars without going through official UC channels or our trade authority partners. Adherence to this law is imperative in order to avoid unwanted infestation. Thank you for your cooperation.
Are way cooler than anything we've got.
keep Cydonia graffiti-free.
final log for Jobber, logistics ship A2. Job number 146789. Beginning descent into Mars airspace towards Cydonia. And... What the...
What's wrong?
I'm losing systems. Something's cutting power. Nav's offline. Comms are dead.
That's not good.
Computers on the fritz. I'm going to try for an emergency landing. Shit! All two just vented. Life support is failing rapidly. Alert Galvez. Get your suits on and strap in. We're in for a rough landing.
What about...
Don't worry about me. Hurry! Go! I'll be right behind you as soon as I set the ship to land.
robots. They're surprising.
No rush, but, well, actually, the quicker you find my cargo ship, the better. You did not find my cargo ship yet, I take it?
You know, there's nothing wrong with breakfast for dinner. Or lunch. Or
Oh, no!
It's all
I hope they did not get into my cargo and ruin anything. As for the crew, I assume dead, yes? That is too bad. Too bad. But you found the ship and its cargo, and that is good at least. I will send someone to retrieve it now that you made it safe. Thank you. Maybe I will have more jobs for you. If you want. We got a lot of good stuff here. Come take a look, eh? Take a look. Do I have any good deals, you say? Friendo, I am full of good deals. My prices may be fixed by UC pencil pushers many worlds away, but I may find ways to work with you. For example, I buy things to refurbish and resell. You bring me these, I give you credits, and we make deals. The UC, my employer, they try to furnish my exchange with plenty, but other planets, they need more, so we need to make do with what we get. But me, I have other ways of getting goods to sell, and so I do. I get a little bit of this and that from here and there, and that is how I provide for you and me. You understand? Ah, yes, it is the accent. I have been asked this before. Do not worry, I take no offense. From a very young age, I spent most of my life among the stars, aboard one ship or another. I picked up many ways of speaking, many languages. Because of this, the way I speak sounds strange to some, but that is the price I pay for knowing all the languages I do. Ah, plenty! I've always got work to do. Oh, wait, you mean more work from me for you? As a matter of fact, I do. You know how I have that shh business on the side? Well, I could use some help acquiring more goods to sell. How would you feel about obtaining them for me? Well, I can't say for sure. I doubt these people will give their equipment over willingly, you see. But maybe, well, you seem the clever type. Maybe you can get in and out with no notice and they will never know. Of course, I can't say for sure. My buddy only tells me where to find them, not how to get what I need. No. Well, they may not be entirely legitimate, but I assure you, they're not exactly illegal either. You'll be obtaining equipment from renegades, enemies of the settled systems. So really, you're doing everyone a favor. Excellent, friendo. I have a buddy who gives me information on where to find renegades throughout the stars, and I will give this information to you. You will go there and get the items I need from them. One thing, though, I don't want to hear details on how you get them, but you will likely need to use force, so be careful. And try not to damage the merchandise.
All citizens are welcome and encouraged to use of the Cydonia Community Center on the mid-level for activities of all sorts. Seek a community center representative to plan
Well, I hope you never need it.
regular gatherings
Come to me
today.
if you need medical attention. Another day, another limb or digit to reattach due to an easily prevent. Let's have a little look. You walked in here like this? Okay, I'll get you patched up quicker than you can say Bob's your uncle. All right. Well, sure. You looked. See you around.
Defended their facility. A surprising turn of events, you know what I mean?
Do your part to keep Cydonia.
Hey, you need something? Here to shoot the breeze?
Good to see you.
Welcome to UC Space. Maintain your current course while we scan your ship's cargo. And we're done. Enjoy Cydonia. Time to answer a short survey? Thank you for answering the hail. As I mentioned, it's a very short survey. You'll need to board our ship and take it in person, however. We'll be recording the session, so we need you to give your consent in person. Excellent. While on board, please abide by all UC laws for space travel. And thank you, on behalf of SSNN, for your participation. shipbuilder, said they're serious taskmasters. Guess you don't get that successful by being inefficient.
Humanity finally left the cradle of Earth behind, the United Colonies was born. Intrepid explorers and valiant colonists used Deimos starships to venture into space. The UC defended itself from the Crimson Fleet, House of Arun, and the Free Star.
Deimos ships are responsible for countless victories.
true
No
piece
other
of
ship
history.
can hold a candle to a Deimos. It's not even close.
Welcome to Deimos.
Hello.
Excuse me. Thank you for your cooperation. Do you consent to this survey being recorded? We're trying to gauge our viewers' overall knowledge and education level. It will give us a better idea of how to deliver the best possible programming to you, our audience. Great. As our comms person mentioned, this is a very short survey. There's a 4-part quiz, followed by 2 survey questions regarding our news coverage at SSNN. So, if you're ready, I'll begin. All right, then let's proceed. Question 1. What year did the Colony War end? 2249, 2309, or 2311? Question 2. Coe's Day honors Solomon Coe, the founder of what city? Aquila City, Neon, or Cydonia? I see. Question 3. The Red Mile obstacle course takes place on what star system? Archimedes, Beta Andraste, or Purima? I see. Question 4. Neuroarms were created by what company? Ronin, Ryujin, or Inception Technologies? Noted. Now, let's move on to the survey portion of the questionnaire. First, how often do you watch SSNN? Lastly, in one word, how would you rate the work of our reporters? I see. Now, let's add up your score, shall we? You answered 2 out of 4 questions correctly. That's about average. We'll add your score to the rest of the group and bring the results to our editorial team. So far, it looks like our current coverage hits the sweet spot. That's great. We don't want the news to go over your head. In any case, thank you for participating in our survey. Please enjoy this complimentary food item as compensation for your time. Yes, what?
Yes?
Hey. Hi there.
or stay away. He's indisposed. You're speaking with Captain Gustavo Valencia, and the ship is under ecliptic control. Interesting. We'll talk. Here on board, where I have my crew to back me up. Be aware that if you try anything, we will not hesitate to fire on you. You may come aboard.
Hey now, that's close enough. Better think twice before starting trouble. What exactly do you want here? Yeah, and what do you have to say about it? We're getting paid to deliver it back to the trifle owner, and I don't think that's you.
I swear, it's like I said, that's Jade's ship. I was there when she bought it.
Hey, shut up and let the adults talk.
Now, where were we before this interruption?
We don't make mistakes. Our employer is very reputable. This ship matches the detailed description we got. We know we've got the right one. Look, it's possible there's more to this. Maybe someone else stole it, offloaded it, and your friend bought it. Sorry, but them's the breaks. We're doing our job here. So, unless you've got something else to propose, we'll be taking this ship in. Our employer will handle the pilot. They wish to remain anonymous. There's a reason they called us instead of SysDef. I'm not convinced this is a good idea. Well, this is just another ship to my client. They can afford to take the loss on this one. It might work out for you, but my client would disagree. I can't guarantee anyone in this room won't talk. Sorry, I can't do that. I ain't putting our reputation on the line for some small-time lowlife. I can agree to that. We're only getting paid for the ship, not the pilot. You can untie him and get on out of here. Count yourself lucky we're so reasonable.
Thanks. I thought that was gonna be it for me. Man, Jane's going to be heartbroken about the ship, but at least I'm alive. They said they've been looking for this ship for months, ever since it was reported stolen. I don't know who it belonged to, but they clearly wanted it back bad enough to call Mercs, not SysDef. Must have had some way of tracking it. Followed me from Mars until we were nowhere near SysDef, I guess? Or just my own bad luck. I guess so. Still, I feel bad for Jane. It took her forever to save up to buy that thing. I guess I'll just follow you back? Yeah.
Don't make me regret the deal we made.
Space. Please maintain course and prepare to be scanned. Scan completed. Welcome to Mars.
like fresh air filters, am I right?
So, glad you're back. Everything okay? So what happened? Who took it? Wait, rightful owner? You mean I bought a stolen ship? Well, that sucks. What do I do now? Well, I won't lie. I'm really bummed about the berry mule. But, on the bright side, at least Eric is alive and back safely. No! I mean, I knew the deal I got on it was too good to be true, instincts be damned. I probably should have thought about it more, but I had to jump on the offer because my business means everything to me. Guess I know better now. Unfortunately, that ship was nearly everything I own. I'm gonna have to start from scratch again. It sucks, but I've done it before. I can do it again. Just gonna take some time. And of course, I can't really pay Eric. I'd recommend him if you know anyone who needs a good pilot.
Hey.
Oh my god, Eric, you're safe. I was so worried.
Yeah, well, I'm here now. Hey, I'm gonna need some time to process this before I can talk about it, I think.
Of course. Have a seat. Take all the time you need. We'll chat when you're ready.
I aced all my training in flight school. They just left out the part about the pirates and other threats being so prevalent out there.
Almost break time. Come on, you can make it.
Hey, you're back. Can I, talk to you about something? This might sound crazy, but I was hoping you might let me join your crew. The way you handled Ecliptic back there was really inspiring. I'd love to see how you work up close. Clearly, I still have a couple things to learn about handling myself in the space lanes. I get it. If you change your mind, I'm not going anywhere.
Just because the governor's office is right out there on the main level doesn't mean it's not secure.
Some might see junk, but I see an opportunity to turn scrap into something I can sell and profit off of. It could be better. I lost a lot of capital when I lost that ship. But maybe I'm better off that way. If that ship was stolen, or whatever, it was only a matter of time before something bad was going to happen. Maybe in a way, I was lucky. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with Eric, though. I don't have a need for a pilot without a ship. Hopefully, he'll find some work until I recoup from this loss, and then I can hire him back. Sure thing. Take a look. See you around.
How's it going? Put your children on the right path to success and enroll today.
What? Do you mean I'm not miserable like him? Guess not. Yeah, it might not be the most glamorous post and the work can be tough,
but it sure beats the hell out of whatever I'd be doing back home. Writing papers, presentations, doing spreadsheets. Nah, that's not for me. I'm happy to be here, and I wish my family would understand that. Yep, my family doesn't like that I joined up with the Marines, but nobody's more worried than my sister. I feel bad. Her birthday's actually coming up, but I'm not able to visit her. She's gonna be worrying about me, her birthday. Actually, maybe you can help me with that. Would you mind giving her her birthday presents the next time you're in New Atlantis? A bit nosy, are we? I'm just kidding. I'd like to know what I'm carrying with me as well. I'll pack some Cydonia souvenirs for her. Dumb things, like some dust and rocks and stuff. She likes those sorts of things. I also wrote her a letter. I just wanted to know that I'm doing okay and that she doesn't have to worry about me so much. Awesome. You're making my life a whole lot easier right now. Thanks for doing this. And tell her I said happy birthday. I don't mind it too much. Things can be rough here. That's sort of why I like it. I'll admit, though, that I'd like to be stationed somewhere else someday. Not that I don't like it here, but I'd like to see what else is out there. Not sure if I ever wanted to be a Marine per se. This is just where life took me. Growing up, all I ever wanted to do was leave New Atlantis and see the settled systems. Joining up with the Marines was the easiest way to do that. Best decision I've ever made. Take it easy.
Be advised to secure loose articles and find stable ground or remain seated in the event of unforeseen tremors. Detonation occurs in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Don't worry. We're gonna make sure you get that job. Trust me, this is the best shot we've got at getting that request approved.
It is now safe.
Okay, now we need to ensure you get hired. Basically, we'll need to make sure you're the only choice. To do that, you'll need to get access to the HR terminal in the corporate office upstairs on the main level. If you delete the other applications from the system, you'll be a shoo-in. I happen to know that the HR director, Tia, and the other women in the office tend to go to the Broken Spear for happy hour at 5 every evening. That's your window of opportunity. Believe me, if you knew Tia, you wouldn't worry. I'll be honest, she's so overworked and behind in her tasks that I don't even think she knows there are any applications. That's a good point, though. Once your application is in, I'll ping her and ask her to take a look to see if any applications came in for me. That should get her to finally take a look, see yours, and if all goes well, she'll hire you on the spot. That's the spirit! Believe me, this is gonna help everyone. By the way, the HR password is password spelled backwards, which Tia thinks is pretty clever. She gets talkative during happy hour, and loud. Surprised everyone doesn't know her password, honestly. Anyway, should be pretty easy. Good luck.
Have you checked your air filters lately? The city of Cydonia recommends checking your filtration unit every 2 weeks for old, faulty, or improperly fitted filters.
UC Exchange is a great place to buy your
dust is a leading cause of respiratory illness. Remember, keep it breathing.
It's not easy living in Cydonia.
Bought this ship. It's literally called the Narcissus. So, yeah, I definitely think it's a vanity purchase.
Oh yeah, if they actually wanted to explore the galaxy, they would have gotten a Discovery. I get that it's a leap of faith, but you see it all the time. That's how people beat the odds. After today, I could really use
Be
it.
careful down near the mines, and enter any active sites at your own risk.
Subterranean particle detonation. Be advised to secure loose articles and find stable ground.
Do you work for me?
In the
It's
event of
hard to keep track these days.
Detonation occurs in 5, 4,
Some ought to remove those dreadful little cartoon pictures on the walls around. They clash with the metal wall aesthetic.
Final particle detonation concluded. It is now safe to resume normal activity for the remainder of the day. Detonation to resume tomorrow morning.
Don't worry. We're gonna make sure you get that job. Trust me, this is the best shot we've got at getting that request approved. And I can say that I've got some good news for you. I just saw the company message go out that you've been hired as Peter's assistant. Congratulations. They won't. I'll tell you a little secret. No one really cares too much. I'm not saying anyone's bad at their job, just that everyone's too busy and overworked to care. Seriously, no worries, mate. I've been here long enough to know how they operate up there. Not really, and neither should you. Either those applications were old and those people have moved on, or as soon as you disappear after this, they'll get to hiring again. Next step should be easy. Just go to work for Peter, and when you get access to his terminal messages, you'll see my request. All you've got to do is approve that request, and we'll be right on with it. Then, we can get that new equipment and show corporate how it's done.
If you are looking for spare parts, look elsewhere. I need mine for structural stability.
You're finally back. I feel like you've been gone for ages. Do you know how tough this job is without an assistant? Good. Now, let's make... You look a bit different than I remembered. Did you go to Enhance? No. Now I remember. They told me they sent me someone new. Anyway, when they told me how poorly you did on your application questions, I had my doubts. But at least you showed up on time, so maybe there's hope? Well, enough chit-chat. Let's get to work. Not quite. I need you to do something much more important before you get to that. I'm expecting a personal shipment. I'm not sure why, but the last time this happened, my assistant ended up speaking to Governor Hurst about it. Now, run off and get it for me. What's in the shipment? A good assistant knows it's not their place to ask. Bad assistants get fired. Mediocre assistants get... You know what? I forgot where I was going with this, but it doesn't matter. Just get it for me, will you? Also, I don't quite remember, but it is important, that I know. I could, but we'd be wasting valuable time, so no. Yeah.
Nova Galactic all the way. When it comes to ship design, you can't beat the original.
Stay away from the Sixth Circle unless you're a minor. Or at least, don't come crying.
The governor is in currently.
I couldn't be prouder than to govern the UC's first major space colony. I can answer your general questions about Cydonia. Nothing venturing into politics. Sorry, but it's my strict policy that I only speak with select members of the press and major political donors who are serious about making changes for the future prosperity of Mars. I'm glad you understand. You never know who's out to write a hit piece or take advantage of someone in my position. Of course, if you just want to chat about what makes Cydonia great, I am happy to oblige. Well then, you've been quite busy making a name for yourself, haven't you? It's okay. You can drop the act with me. So look, I admire a go-getter like yourself. You're not in trouble unless you make trouble. And I don't think you're the type. I know you're not really Mr. Brennan's assistant. I don't know exactly what you're up to, but I have little reason to suspect you're up to no good. So let's cut to brass tacks. What can I do for you? Oh, I know exactly what happened to that shipment. However, I suspect Mr. Brennan neglected to tell you that I'm holding it due to his immense backlog of unpaid taxes. Then again, he may be unaware. Look, I'll tell you what. I'll release that shipment for you. But I'm going to need a favor first, since you seem to be adept at keeping quiet. See, my personal spacecraft was stolen, likely by Crimson Fleet pirates. I need someone to find it. Then I need that someone to destroy it. Discreetly. I need tight lips on this. Well, this is a tricky situation indeed. Not to get bogged down in details, but assuming this is the work of pirates, it's best to destroy the ship and everybody on board. Makes it cleaner for insurance purposes. Oh, it's a few reasons. I don't want this mired in their process. Also, it's a bit of an embarrassment for a sitting governor to lose a ship, so I'd rather that not get out. I'm sure you understand. Then we have an agreement. I'll send you to the ship's last known location. Remember, not a word of this leaves this room. I trust you to honor our agreement. Look, I got a ransom note. It was analyzed, and Crimson Fleet is the best bet. Everything fits their profile. I'm not gonna sit here and instruct you on the intricacies of piracy in the settled systems. I just need you to trust me and do the job I asked of you. Considering I don't really know you, I'm not sure how to answer that. But Cydonia is a beacon of industry. There's plenty of work to go around. If you have mining experience, you may wish to check with whoever the current Deimos mining director is. Or maybe check with the Deimos Star Yard corporate office. If those aren't your speed, then there are a number of local businesses that are always looking for help. You mean besides being the most important city of industry to our proliferation across the galaxy? Well, this is the home of Deimos Star Yards, which perfected grav drive technology and made honest-to-goodness space travel truly possible. And to this day, our mines and manufacturing are instrumental in delivering resources used throughout the United Colonies. We may not outshine fancier cities like New Atlantis on its surface, but without Cydonia, there would be no United Colonies. Well, I've been appointed governor, going on 20 years now, I believe. Every day, I am passionate about serving the hard-working people of Mars. I look out for their interests, I support their prosperity, and in return, they help make the United Colonies a shining beacon of hope for humanity. If you ask me, there's nothing better than that. Sorry, we have to cut this conversation short.